There's a lot of content that's been made available in Google Earth. And again, what I emphasize always here is that the information is great, but to be able to get to that information, I need to be able to navigate. Because I can navigate so easily, I'm just going to take you up to the stratosphere. You can see the stars above me. We're going to fly across again. We're going to go to Paris, one of the great cities. We're going to go to the Eifel Tower, and then we're going to look at something specific around the Eifel Tower, which I'm sure those of you watching this will really enjoy. So we're coming down to Paris. You can see again, I'm just smoothly zooming in here. I'm going to bring the Eiffel Tower right into the center of the screen and just make it all, just fill my screen with the Eiffel Tower basically, which again is this great high resolution shot of that particular monument. And then what I'm going to do here is go back into the community, click with my mouse and switch on these worldwide panoramas, which are one of the communities that Google Earth has made available to everybody using the application. And these panoramas were around specific themes. They're shot 4 times a year at the equinoxes and at the solstices. And the theme of this specific photograph shooting was actually sanctuary. And so what somebody decided was the Eiffel Tower was a great sanctuary. What I'm going to do here is view the panorama. And so what I have here is this great panorama. I can move around again with the device. This is in the Apple QuickTime VRML player. And what I see as I move around this panorama, this 360 image panorama, it's really great, is you just see all these people staring up and you're going, I wonder what the hell they're looking at. And so what I do is with my device, intuitively, I'm just going to tilt and I see exactly what they're looking at. They're looking at the Eiffel Tower, this beautiful setting of peace and light, as people would call it. What's nice as well though is within Google Earth is the ability to customize. And so what I found here is some pieces of some applications that sit in my places, which customize my Google Earth experience for me. So the first one we're going to look at actually is really interesting. It's a different way of looking at the news. So I'm going to switch on this news globe, which is the BBC News, and we'll go out on the internet and actually get the news stories. And as you can see on my Google Earth, suddenly I've got these news stories that appear where the news is happening, and then it'll tell me what's happening. So rather than finding out what's happening where, I find out where it's happening and then what. So I see there's something going on in France, so some ban is threatening French lifestyles. Perhaps they're trying to ban smoking in France. Yes, they are indeed. I was right with my guess, indeed, that banning smoking in France will threaten that lifestyle of there's dozen seas an Italian mafia raid. This is very, I must say, very parochial news because it's really fitting the stereotypes of different people. Obviously after the news, or at least where I came from in Ireland, the thing that would always follow the news back home was the weather. So I can also do this. I will switch on my weather forecast here. I can say yesterday in Denver it was snowing, that's for sure. So you can see I have the global cloud map. You can see Ireland is covered in cloud as usual, so it's raining there. We can come back over to North America and we can see that in California it's sunny, as usual people would say, and some stuff going on up here in the Northwest. But what really became exciting with Google Earth in this last release was the integration that they provided with SketchUp, which is another application with which we work at 3D Connection. And SketchUp is an application that allows you to model the world you live in, would be one of the things they say, and it's certainly true, and it's an application that allows people to create 3D content. The integration with Google Earth is really interesting because they're allowing people to create content in Google SketchUp, buildings and so forth, and then actually import those buildings into Google Earth. So this is the 3D Connection headquarters here, European headquarters I should say. And what I can do here is I can actually switch on the Google SketchUp model that we've created of that headquarters. And again, I will download this from the internet. And then not only will I be able to show you the 2D picture of 3D Connection in Germany, I will actually be able to show you the 3D model of that building in Germany. So again, let me take you down here. So I'm going to tilt again, which is really the key feature. I'm tilting, so I can, I'm actually looking at the horizon versus looking down at the earth. That's the key thing. And you can see here, this is our building in Seefeld in Germany. And you can see, I can show you around it. You can see we have our logo here in the front of the building, 3D Connection, and I can show you all around the building. That's one of the great features of Google Earth and the integration with Google SketchUp. Now the great thing, I'm just going to take a little pause here. I'm going to take you back out to just to show you, in fact, SketchUp as an application. So what I can do here as well is I can switch our SketchUp to camera mode, which means I'm working exactly the same way as I'd work the device in Google Earth. So I have great consistency. Let me just zoom out from this a little bit and show you what you can see how this is actually working. So what you do when you're creating a model in SketchUp is you're actually taking the coordinates of the Earth where the building is placed, then you're designing the building, and then you're re-exporting that building back to Google Earth. And again, that gives you that geographic context in which the building was made. You can make the building, you can add features to it. And again, as you design the building or visualize it as I'm doing here, in fact, you can use your 3D navigation device to really render that experience much better, much nicer, and a really great immersive design experience, I would say.